Hello everyone, I am Kushagra Tandon, one of the authors of the paper Multi-Label Text Classification with an Ensemble Feature Space, presenting on behalf of myself and my co-author Professor Niladri Chatterjee. The problem of multi-label text classification is assigning a subset of labels to a given text document. Several labels in this prescribed label set are semantically close to each other. Thus, this makes a demarcation between the labels more difficult. As a result, the focus lies on extracting appropriate features that can take into account this association and semantic closeness of these labels. Movie genre classification is a common example of multi-label classification problem. Here is an illustration of an instance from IMDb movie dataset where the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey has been associated with three genres: mystery, adventure, and sci-fi. The present work proposes fuzzy membership-based methods for feature extraction and system generation for multi-label classification. So a new algorithm has been proposed based on these set of features. So the novel approach uses as attributes fuzzy C partition from fuzzy C means and document topic probability distribution from topic modeling. So using these features, the training samples are partitioned into clusters and which are considered as fuzzy sets over the sets of labels. Next, we discuss the proposed classification algorithm. These are the notations that will be used to describe our algorithm. Script D indicates the training data set. Script C indicates the label set which contains P labels. And Y indicates the one-hot encoded representation of the label subset. So the crux of our algorithm is as follows. Once data is represented in the form of features we have extracted, we cluster that data into K clusters. And each label is assigned a fuzzy membership value to each cluster. Then for each example, we measure a degree of association of these clusters to each of these extracted features we have derived. Then the K cluster and the top S clusters, which have the highest value of this measure of association, are chosen. The set of labels for whom the membership to the union of these S clusters is the highest and crosses a certain threshold, those are predicted labels for that instance. Here is the algorithm for model generation. So once we have pre-processed the text data, we extract a set of features F1, F2 to Fn. Then the training data is clustered into K clusters based on these extracted features, based on which, using a formula, we derive a fuzzy membership vector of length P. So fuzzy membership of each label to each cluster Di. So based on these values, we calculate a degree of association of the cluster with each feature. So this is the algorithm for prediction given an unseen test data. So given input text, we perform pre-processing on this text data similar to what we did for the training data. Then the features are extracted for this test example using the same feature extraction process we did for the training data. And this test example is represented by an n-dimensional vector V. Using the xi-ij, a projection of V in the set of all clusters, namely R, is calculated using the given formula. Then the top S clusters, where S is less than equal to K, K are the total clusters, with the highest R values, say D gamma 1 to D gamma S, these are chosen and their fuzzy union is considered. For a fixed threshold which we preset, predicted set of labels is computed as all the labels for which the membership to this union of clusters is greater than equal to that threshold. Here is a block diagram of the proposed scheme for multi-label classification. The thick arrows indicate the flow of training data and the dashed arrows indicate the flow of test data. So from the training data, we perform data pre-processing from which we extract the features. Once we have performed feature extraction, we get the training features on which we perform clustering algorithms to get the clusters. Using these clusters and the original training features, we get a cluster feature degree of association. From the clusters, using labels, we also get cluster label membership. Using the cluster label membership and a projection which we got from the test features, similar pre-processing and feature extraction, we generate a projection, and using this projection, we generate a prediction. So the data pre-processing steps. So for data given in the form of raw text, we perform the following steps. We convert it to lowercase, remove the punctuations, we remove the standard English stop words, we remove words which have a single character or words which have digits or special symbols in them. Also, we filter vocabulary by keeping only the most frequent V words. This V depends on the data set we are using. Some data sets are also available in a standard bag of words format, which we use as it is. Now the process of feature extraction. So multiple experiments were conducted with different combination of feature spaces. The following schemes were considered for representation of each document, namely document embeddings, term frequency inverse document frequency TF-IDF, topic modeling, that is LDA, latent dirichlet allocation, and contextual topic modeling, and fuzzy C-means. The details of these schemes are discussed in the further slides. So these schemes we use either in isolation or as a combination of two or more of these schemes. Now document embeddings. Centrens transformer document embeddings from the FLAIR framework were used for this. Paraphrase MPNet base V2 and NLI Roberta base V2 pre-trained models were used. But for bag of words data, we use average pooling technique to extract document embeddings, for which GloVe, BERT and FastText pre-trained embeddings were used. Now TF-IDF. So here is the formulation of TF-IDF. For a given corpus with L documents and a fixed vocabulary size of V, the TF-IDF of a document with respect to a term is given as the product of term frequency and inverse document frequency, where term frequency is, as its definition suggests, the proportion of number of times a term ty appears in a document dj, and the inverse document frequency is used with smoothing technique of +1 to the numerator and denominator and +1 to the overall value. Topic modeling represents each document as a probability distribution over latent topics. To extract features for the proposed scheme, contextual topic modeling is applied to the preprocessed dataset. CTM extends neural topic models with contextualized document embeddings to model the corpus. CTM uses the preprocessed text for generating a bag of words model and text without preprocessing for generating contextualized document embeddings. This is used when the data is available as raw text input. For the data available in bag of words format, topic modeling technique latent dirichlet allocation is applied to generate document representations. This method generates the document topic distributions which are used as features. The hyperparameter for this method of feature extraction is the number of latent topics considered. Now fuzzy C-means. Fuzzy C-means clusters are fuzzy sets over the set of all samples, and each cluster is represented by a fuzzy membership function. The hyperparameters for this technique are C, that is the number of clusters, and M, that is the weighing exponent in the fuzzy C-means algorithm. So the membership of each document through these clusters gives a document representation which is used as features. These are the feature spaces we have considered: FS1, TF-IDF representation; FS2, document embeddings; FS3, document embeddings concatenated with the TF-IDF representation; FS4, document cluster membership from fuzzy C-means with document embeddings of the preprocessed text or bag of word corpus as input. Then DEMB and TF-IDF plus FCM, so document cluster membership from fuzzy C-means which took as input document embeddings concatenated with TF-IDF. Then FS6, these are the document topic distribution from contextual topic model which use the document embedding specified by DEMB. Then FS7, this is the document topic distribution from contextual topic model concatenated with TF-IDF representation. LDA, this is the document topic distribution from latent dirichlet allocation. Then TF-IDF plus LDA, this is the document topic distribution from LDA which uses TF-IDF as input. So here is the description of the multi-label classifier we have considered. Using any one of the feature spaces we have described previously, a sample in training dataset is converted into a vector of n dimensions. This n depends on the feature extraction process we have used. Then the proposed classifier is trained on the data and applied to the extracted n-dimensional feature vectors. A matrix G, which is defined as y1, y2, yl, which are the one-hot encoded label vectors, is considered for the notation we are using forward. Mini-batch k-means clustering algorithm is applied to the feature space extracted from the training data to obtain k clusters, namely d1 to dk. This results in a Craig-Claus L dimensional weight matrix where weight is an indicator variable, so indicate which is 1 if the jth document is in cluster di and 0 otherwise. Each cluster is modeled as a fuzzy set of labels with membership of each label to the cluster as given by this weighted average using this indicator variable as weights. A degree of association is defined between clusters and each of the features of the document. So let the degree of association between ith cluster di and jth feature be denoted by xi ij. Further, we let the indices of the samples in the cluster be e1 to edi. Then we calculate this degree of association as an average for the feature values for the given cluster. Next, we discuss how we perform prediction using the trained model. Given an input test sentence, it is pre-processed and converted to the required feature representation V. A projection of V in the set of all clusters is calculated using the given formula. Now the top S clusters where S is less than equal to K, which is the total number of clusters, with the highest R values are considered. Say D gamma 1, D gamma 2, D gamma S. And their fuzzy union is considered. A fuzzy union or T conorm is defined as a function from interval 0, 1 cross 0, 1 to 0, 1. If A and B are two fuzzy sets which are defined on the universal set X with membership functions mu A and mu B, then the membership of X to the fuzzy union A union B is given by this function applied to the two membership values, mu AX and mu BX. So the fuzzy T conorms we have considered in this present work are standard union, algebraic sum, and bounded sum, which are defined as follows. Finally, we select the subset of labels that are to be predicted for this test example as all the labels whose membership to this fuzzy union satisfies a certain threshold. The following metrics are used to evaluate the performance of the proposed model, namely Hamming loss, micro-average F1 score, sample-based F1 score, and micro-average break-even point. These are calculated using the scikit-learn library in Python. Micro-average F1 score and micro-average break-even point in turn require the formulation of micro-precision and micro-recall, which is based on the per class true positives, and false negatives. Now, Zj indicates the predicted label set for an example Xj. For each class Gi, TPI is the per class true positive is the number of samples in the test data set for which Gi lies in the true and the predicted label set. FPI is the number of false positives per class is the number of samples such that Gi lies in the predicted label set but does not lie in the true label set. Whereas FNI are the number of false negatives per class is the number of samples in the test data set such that Gi lies in the true label set but does not lie in the predicted label set. And in cases where precision or recall are undefined, the values are set to 0. Hamming loss calculates the average over the entire data set of the proportion of samples, proportion of labels from the entire label subset C that lie in the symmetric difference of the predicted and the true label subsets. Sample-based F1 score as opposed to micro-average F1 score calculates the average of F1 score over all instances in the given data set. So the algorithms that are proposed in this paper are tested against 5 data sets, namely Reuters 21578, IMDb1, IMDb2, which are 2 variations of the IMDb dataset, and TMC 2007-500, which is the TMC 2007 dataset with 500 top selected features, and Enron dataset. Here, the first 3 datasets, Reuters and IMDb datasets, are available in raw text format, whereas the others are available in bag of words format. For Reuters and IMDb1, we use a vocabulary size a vocabulary of size 2000, and for IMDb 2 we use V is equal to 3750. In the results discussed in the following table, we use these notations. DEMB are the document embeddings used. K is the number of mini-batch k-mean clusters. TCO is the fuzzy T-conorm used. S and alpha are the model parameters. C and M are the fuzzy C-means clustering parameters. NT is the topic modeling parameter. Mu F1, mu BEP, HL, sigma F1 are the evaluation metrics as described earlier. PMV is the parameter MPNet based document embeddings. NRB, GLV, BT and FST are similar short forms for the other document embeddings used. Now, higher the value of mu F1, sigma F1 and mu BEP, the better they indicate the performances, and a lower value of HL indicates a better performance of the model. In the following tables, the row headers correspond to the different feature spaces as we have explained previously. Here are the results. What we can observe from these results is that incorporation of topic models and fuzzy C-means cluster as intermediate features improve the performance of the model in general. The experiments were conducted with different feature spaces and different T-conorms. In the most of the cases, the best results for each feature space and dataset were obtained with bounded sum followed by algebraic sum as the T-conorm. The best performance was obtained using the values of S in the set 3, 4 and 5 and the value of alpha in the range 0.55 to 0.75. Varying the results of alpha and S, varying the value of alpha and S in these ranges and with other model parameters fixed, it did not drastically vary the result, whereas changing the T-conorm to standard union significantly worsened the model performance in most cases. The observed trend for the raw text input is that as primary feature, contextual topic model perform best, followed by fuzzy C-means, finally document embeddings. So we denote X, Y and Z as the feature spaces with document embeddings, fuzzy C-means and contextual topic models as primary features. We perform non-parametric statistical tests to compare the performance of document embedding to fuzzy C-means in general and document embedding to contextual topic model in general, since the distribution here is not known. We use paired sample Wilcoxon sign rank test and sign test for this purpose. Let we denote the median values of X, Y and Z samples as MX, MY and MZ respectively. Comparing the performance of X and Y and X and Z, from the obtained p-values, it can be argued that the hypothesis that incorporating fuzzy C-means and contextual topic modeling techniques in extracting features improve the performance over document embedding are statistically significant at 1% level of significance using Wilcoxon sign rank test. On comparing with state-of-the-art algorithms for multi-label classification, namely random k-label sets, MLKNN and binary relevance, we have the following results. Here, for base classifier for random k-label sets and binary relevance is multinomial naive Bayes. We can observe the performance of the proposed scheme to be at par with the existing state-of-the-art algorithms for multi-label classification. In conclusion, in the proposed scheme, we incorporate two techniques, namely fuzzy C-means clustering and topic modeling in the process of feature extraction. These techniques aimed at measuring underlying uncertainty of multi-label classification using probability and membership-based measures. Non-parametric hypothesis tests, namely Wilcoxon sign rank test and sign test, establish the efficacy of these apparently non-textual features in text classification. Further, we wish to explore the use of other topic modeling techniques such as fuzzy topic modeling in the process of feature extraction. Thank you.